That's hard for you to keep together.
Yeah.
You can't keep it together.
I just feel like every time I listen to myself, like on the podcast, I feel like my breathing is always like. It's so bad. I sound like a fucking old, like super overweight lady.
Like a bear with sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Patty, we wanted to talk to you about your mic etiquette during the pod.
I feel like I have to get like over that. And I feel like I'm a mouth breather too. I don't like breathe through my nose like on the regular. I breathe through my mouth constantly. And that's why it sounds gross.
Yeah, I think I have a deviated septum.
What does that mean?
Like I got hit in the nose when I was a kid.
Uh-huh.
And I think it like twisted it off to the right.
Yeah.
Because when I try to breathe through my left nostril, I can't. Like I do, but like not much air gets through. You should get that
fixed. You might have to breathe really hard one day.
You know? Yo, low key today, like this is probably not making the pod, but I was working out, and like at the end of it, I felt like I couldn't catch my breath.
Yeah, that should make it to the pod.
That
we have to show our low side too, not just positives.
Yeah, right. People are gonna be like, oh really, Alex? Oh, tell us more about how you're super buff and work out. Looking into yourself. Do you take pictures on Instagram and then post them and be like, oh, the journey is the goal and the goal is the journey? I don't know what they say on Instagram. That's the hard part about it.
That's crazy.
What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Sidetracked podcast. And my name is Alex. And to my left, and your guys' right, because she's riding in the car with you.
Or maybe your front.
I don't know if I like that.
Or maybe I'll be in your back.
Yeah, there we go. She's in your car right now. And in all of our hearts, why don't you tell me who you is?
I am Patty, co-host for this show too.
Yep. Yep, you do all those things.
And I feel like mine doesn't compare to yours, so
what are you talking about?
I have to work on that, on just introducing myself.
I mean,
you guys.
Yeah, I am kind of like the voice of reason when it comes to kind of piloting the podcast, so it's okay.
The voice of reason? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, it's not an easy job, but I do it with pride and dignity. But
so
first
what are we
of
talking
all,
about today?
Well, let's talk about how like they got through that other episode. Thank you for listening to that, guys. We got a little preachy. And
you got preachy.
I got preachy.
I was just hurt. I'm still hurt.
I'm just hurt, motherfucker. I'm over here. Yeah, but life is about the lessons that you take from it and what you do. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like I believe in that kind of stuff. He was reading off
Google and shit.
I was for sure. I just put inspirational quotes, and that's whenever it was my turn to talk, I would just read one of those.
And he went and got a live, love, laugh tattoo after that too. Sorry, no offense to everybody who has that. Like, I know it was really popular like 3 years ago and stuff.
And they got a semicolon tattoo. Oh, that's fucked up.
That one is fucked up.
That is fucked. And I'm so sorry.
Okay, so these are common tattoos like live, love, laugh. The little birds flying or whatever. Those are really common too. I've seen a one like infinity thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that one. What else have you seen a lot?
I don't know. Do you feel like tattoo? Like you remember how like every now and then like there was like the tramp stamp, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it would migrate to other parts of the girls' bodies. So like at first it was the back tattoo that was the tramp stamp.
Yeah.
And then it became the hip tattoo, like in the front of the hip.
Yeah.
That became the new tramp stamp. And then I feel like it was like the shoulder ones right here.
Yeah.
Like the girls would get the freaking stars.
Yeah.
Do you think the era of tramp stamp has ended, or what is the new tramp stamp?
I mean, if you get them, there's still tramp stamps. Like if you get it on your back, it's still gonna be a tramp stamp.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And who gets to say what a fucking tramp stamp is? Like just because you get it there.
I think the government does.
That's stupid. Why would they say that?
I don't know why they're just trying to get involved with everything. God, let it be a free market. Let us stamp our tramps. Okay, so what is the dude? Because there was like the stereotypical dude tattoo that you'd just be like, oh, okay.
What I see that a lot of guys do nowadays is, even if they're not like tribal or anything, they do the tribal like bands on their fucking biceps arms. I'm just like, that's kind of trampy to me. Like, I'm like, you're not even like, you have nothing to do with that. Like, it's a tribal tattoo. You have nothing, you're not even related to anything like that, and you get something like that. That's just like, you know? It's
like fuckboy.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I feel like the only way you can claim the tribal tattoos is if you are Samoan or of some kind of Native American descent.
Mm-hmm.
And like we're all part of the human tribe. Shut up, Eric. You can do it, or if you're a surfer and you have a Samoan friend, and their Samoan friend's mom calls you son. And that's it. Those are the only two people who can do it.
I'm pretty sure that you shouldn't do it either.
And even that guy can barely do it, because then he's always got to explain the tattoo. And when you got to explain the tattoo, like, then it's not, it's time to cover up the tattoo. Kind of like my tattoo.
Oh. Let's talk about that at some other time.
Yeah, no. I mean, you know what? Like, I don't want to give discredit to the artist. He's a really good artist, and it just was my first tattoo, and I didn't know what tattoo parlor to go into. I went to a Sailor Jerry tattoo, like, style tattoo parlor, and I wanted fucking Da Vinci style tattoo parlor. Are those a thing?
Is that a style?
I don't know. It's
well, if you look at Da Vinci's art, it's more of an abstract. No, I'm just kidding.
Damn.
I don't know.
That's definitely not true. But
yeah, it's not. I just wanted to say some stupid art term.
I feel like he's more like an avant-garde or a post-Renaissance era, when the girls were really chunky. That's what I would say.
They're not chunky, they're juicy.
They're very voluptuous, succulent. Yeah, no, I hate back to the dude tattoos. I feel like skulls were overdone.
Skulls, yeah, they're so fucking overdone, you're right.
Like, that's a tattoo where you just like, I'm just gonna get a tattoo to have a tattoo.
Yeah, that's so true, because like, what the fuck, that's scary. Skulls are scary. Like,
yeah,
do you have something to do with the fucking devil, or why? Like, I understand Day of the Dead or whatever, but like, that's just an intense thing to have on you,
Yeah, I mean, how could you really like define it? Like, is like your skull tattoo like, what do you like? Oh, that's my grandma's skull. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't know what significance could be behind it.
Skull.
I like pirates. Like if you're into pirates, okay, cool. That's all right. I get that. But unless you're like some kind of weird like cannibalistic tribe, like that's like the tribal tattoos for like cannibal tribes, right? I was like, all right, so this is how many people I ate.
Wow, that's intense.
Whoa, man, that's so many. You should see my dad.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like, I think that's it. Like demons, or yeah. That's almost like also on the level of like when dudes wear. You remember when cholos used to wear those shirts like with the naked chicks on them?
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you would just fucking.
They had balls to do that.
You'd be that guy who got caught staring at their shirt really intensely. And then you make eye contact with them and you feel guilty. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to lust after your shirt. Don't wear that shit, man.
Like, why though? Like, who does that? Like, who goes out and buys a shirt like that?
It's a weird, like, have you ever looked at a dude wearing that shirt and be like, oh my God, that dude's so hot?
Never. Yeah.
Okay, so we have an interesting kind of premise for today. We kind of were having a deep conversation, as all our conversations are, and we came up with a few little talking points that we want to get into and just see where the night goes. I don't know, back home to my apartment. This is crazy. Okay,
what?
what's a talking point you would like to start with?
We can start off with monogamy in the human race.
Okay. Well, that one stems off of what we were talking about before. When we were talking about like,
oh yeah,
like admiring men or like celebrities who cheated on their wives, and like, should we, because they made that mistake, like, should we stop admiring them? Should their accomplishments like not matter? You know what I mean? Or do we come to the more complicated conclusion that we're humans, we're complicated, and it's not just white and black. You're either perfect or you're not perfect.
Well, I think we can separate it. Like, that's what I think. We can separate what he does for a living and what he is personally to other humans. Like, yes, he's not perfect or anything, but the people that do that, like, that cheat, it can be a woman or a male or a woman,
right?
But I think it's more like, if they did cheat, like let's not act like you're a real good human. Like, you know, you're not like this perfect person in like normal life.
Yeah. Like, and it's kind of hard. Like, I think that I was talking about this earlier, and that's the whole idea that for these celebrities, they are being exposed to a level of admiration that none of us, like 99% of us, aren't going to go through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, me with admiration, it's kind of weird. I feel very uncomfortable with it. I don't know how you feel. Like, has anybody ever just been like, oh my God, like, just really admired you?
Yeah, men do that to me.
Not like that. Like, looked up to you, not...
Oh, constantly? Like, women or men? Like, what are you talking about?
It could be like your little cousin or something like that. Or like, you know, like a younger classmate when you were going to school.
No.
You've never had somebody like admire you?
Look up to me? No.
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Wow, way to be a bad example. To people, oh, don't turn out like her.
I hope.
No, mija,
I hope there's someone out there that actually looked up to me and shit.
No la miras. No te vistes porque luego te va a meter el chamuco. Okay? Like, for me, like...
Maybe I got haters. I got the opposite.
You just got haters. Fuck that. Hey, what motivates you? My haters, man.
That's just not okay. I don't have haters. I know. Hopefully I don't.
No, we all got him. But what I was going to say is like, it does something weird to the human psyche when you're admired on that level. Like, think about like Instagram girls who like start gaining that momentum, that following when you get to like 10,000, you get to 50,000, 100,000. What does that do like to them, like as individuals? Like, what does it do to you when you know that every picture that you post
it's gonna make you feel good?
Yeah, it makes them feel good, but it also like it changes them, right? Every post, they're not posting regular posts anymore. They start becoming who they think their followers want them to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like they start posting, they're all right, well, let me try something with like a low cut shirt. Okay, that got a pretty good following. Let me try something like with the turtleneck. Okay, that didn't get so many following. Okay, so they like skin. They like when I wear skin. So I'm going to show more skin in the next picture. All right, that worked. Like it's
okay. Yes, but so you're saying that like, yeah, like for instance, Kobe Bryant, right? He cheated on his wife multiple times, and like, what do you think that has to do with like him? You think like it messed him like up? How? Like I don't understand. Like how?
I think in a weird sense, like everywhere he goes, before games, after games, just going to fucking CVS to like pick up deodorant, turns into this like big fan show for him. Like he's getting people like, oh, what's up, Kobe? Like, yo, great game the other night, dude. You're my son looks up to you. And then on the other side of that spectrum, he's got the girls like, oh my god, Kobe, you're so hot. I love this and that. And I would sleep with you. I wouldn't tell anybody. We could do whatever you want, and I won't tell anybody. And like, just he is constantly being berated like that, and to try to traverse those waters as a human, like as a normal human with normal, because at the end of the day, Kobe's still just a fucking dude. Like, how do you?
I know, baby. He's a fucking dude.
Not like in a bad way. I just mean like just a normal person. That's what I mean.
Okay, I just want to add something. He's a dude, right?
Yeah.
He's the best at fucking basketball, right? Why can't he be the best at life too? Like, why can't he be the best at relationships? How hard is that? How he went all hard for basketball when he can't go all hard for his wife? What the fuck is that? You know?
But I mean, if you think about it, like Kobe didn't even like keep friendships, and like he just, all he was basketball. And like when he was like 21, like I think that's around the time when they found out that he was cheating multiple times. I don't know. I just think he wasn't ready for that kind of attention. And
yeah, maybe he wasn't ready to be married yet. And yeah, like you.
Yeah, right. For goddamn sure, shouldn't have gotten married so soon.
Yeah, he should have tested the waters first and then got married later.
Yeah, I don't understand that mentality. It's kind of like a weird military mentality, right? Because like you just need stability. I think that's what it is. You need stability in this crazy world. And like a marriage is a normal thing, like coming home to the same person every night, or when the trips are over.
I'm just kidding.
Oh no. But yeah, like, and I think he just, like a normal human, he just got in too deep and didn't know what he was getting himself into. And it sucks that he made those mistakes so long ago. Mm-hmm. But we also have to face the fact that as an individual, that person grew. He grew as a person. He had kids. He learned how to be more compassionate. He had to go through that miscarriage with his wife. He learned how to be more understanding, how to value her more, and what his mistakes can cost. I saw that on his documentary. Why did I say that so weird? Documentary. Muse. And you saw the man like break down and cry, and you could tell like he was sorry. He knew what the cost of his mistakes were. So why should we take away the accomplishments that this man is doing now because of a mistake that he made when he was a kid?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, you know, like, I'm not saying taking, I'm just saying separate it. Separate those two. I mean, first of all, it didn't even happen to us, but we have to accept. I don't forgive Kobe yet. He's a dog. I hate him.
I can't believe he would do that to us.
I can't watch one of his games again.
Nope.
Even though he's not playing no more.
Goodbye. No, Lakers are done. I'm done with the Lakers too. All I see is cheater. Yeah,
I think like let's get more into the facts of like being, you know, just having one partner in your life. Like you were talking about how back then, a while ago, people used to,
like, as hunter-gatherers, right?
They used to be with more than one person, right?
I'm pretty sure in our most primal prehistoric days, yeah, that's what we did. And I think, and I could be wrong, I think it's hunter-gatherers as well. And it was just off of our instincts that we still have embedded into us to keep our species alive. We have to, you know, make sure that there are more of you and me when we pass on. And that's just a weird instinctual thing. A lot of people are saying that having a kid, if you think about it logically, right? Not logically, but just in a robotic way. Having a kid, and I'm getting sidetracked like a motherfucker here. We're talking about monogamy.
Do it, baby.
We're talking about monogamy.
I think it's time that you sidetrack us right now.
Let's just sidetrack. Let me just derail this motherfucking train. Having a kid is really fucking hard, and it's not over once they get past their infancy. You have to deal with their personality. You have to deal with their troubles and making them grow to be a good person. And you are expanding all your time, your energy, your resource into this thing, to where, like, the moment these creatures are asleep, you're like, oh, thank God, relief, right?
Those creatures,
like for real, like, hey, let's be real, like, and I don't mean to call them out. I get it. They are
Can I say something?
Yeah, I'm for sure ranting. Go ahead.
Okay, so do you think that humans are I'm getting sidetracked. Do you think that humans are fully responsible of how they raised a child? Like let's just say that you have a kid, and he starts, like, he cheats on his wife, right? Your son. And then, like, he's just a bad person, right? Do you think that everything is to blame for these parents? Or, like, do you think that kind of everybody just learns how to be on their own and do their own thing?
I think if we were, like, doing this thought process or this thought exercise, let's say let's just say he has no mental disorders, right? Let's just let's start with that. He's normal, he's healthy, and he's just makes wrong choices. He's just a bad person. You're asking if it is 100% due with the way that the parents raised them?
Raised them?
Roused them?
Yeah. Do you think that that it has to do a lot with parenting? Like, should we blame people, like parents, for this, people's actions, for kids' actions that they raised? Or is it have to do anything with who they are, personality, or how they kind of decided to kind of grow up in that way, even though the parents were there and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I think that a lot of what is hardwired into our personality, we will... It's something that we copied at some point, right? When we're learning as kids, as infants, we're just copying what we see and do, right?
Yeah.
This person's gesture means this, so as an infant, I copy that face, and this person says this to mean this, right? This word, okay, so I just copy the words, and now I can communicate with them. Yeah. So, I think that a lot of the hardwiring that and the programming, if like a human was a machine, has to do with their original programmers, the parents. Yeah, because they raise them and they teach them the habits. They teach them how to react to situations. So if the parents are constantly reacting in a bad, irrational way, then the kid is going to mirror that. So I think... But
sometimes the kid turns out even better. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, there's so many people out there that are raised by like these horrible parents, and they turn out like to be the opposite. They're like great. They like, you know.
Damn, that's a good ass point. That is a good ass point, because like
yes,
like
it is.
my good ass buddy who rest in peace, who was, his dad's situation wasn't really good. He wasn't a great person, and he wasn't there for the family. And Zach he became the man of the house, and he took on the job of raising his siblings, his little brother and sister, while his mom had to like just work all her life to pay the bills. So is a personality, how much of a personality is taught, and how much of it is it just within you?
Yeah.
Like, right?
It's insane.
Yeah. It's almost like a miracle. Like, you have all these circumstances and like, I guess, programming that should make you work in a certain way, and you work the opposite. Yeah. Like, that is crazy to me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what nature is, just random and crazy. Yeah,
I feel like we rambled right now.
Oh, that was fun. We got hella sidetracked. We were talking about, well, it was interesting that the hunter-gatherer days, I was just reading that there's like this concept saying that kids, that hunter-gatherer parents were better parents than what we are, like now, like
Why?
Modern day parents, because
they would beat the shit out of their kids.
No, they wouldn't though. That's the crazy thing.
Really?
There was more cuddling. There was more, if the kid was like fussing or crying, they would go to him. There's no like, just let him cry. Don't get him used to not,
what's wrong with that?
No, but that's what people do. Like, don't just go every time they cry. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That in a combination of like, there are other adults that would pitch in to help raise those kids, because you'd be living in a small village, a small community of
like
people.
A little hut too. Yeah, they would have little huts.
You would play with kids older and younger than you. I don't know. It's different from us. Like, the difference from us right now is like we don't have that community of adults to watch. Like, most of us don't. Yeah. And they don't play with kids their age. So they don't, you know what I mean? They don't learn those social skills like they used to. And they're saying that,
you mean they only play with kids their age, right?
Yeah, but some of them that's not until 5 years old. Right? Like, these kids have been playing with other kids since birth. Yeah. Because they've been around the other kids that are in... Yeah. Right?
The tribes and stuff.
Yeah, in the tribes. Isn't that fucking crazy?
Yeah.
And that's why we were better social creatures back in the day. Now we're like... we're different because we're becoming unsocial.
Yeah, like there's this. Remember that stand up where they were like, remember when people would knock on the door and you would be really excited. Now you're just like, fuck, let's hide under the fucking like bed or something.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like you would enjoy being social with company back in the day. Like, sick, we're going to Thea's house and we're gonna kick it with the cousins and we're gonna be chilling. It's gonna be fucking lit. Now our idea of like just relaxing is like, I want to lock myself in the room by myself and I want to watch all season 3 of Jessica Jones tonight. Can we do that, please? I'm just kidding. So it's kind of weird. You want to know another weird thing that they actually said on there?
Okay.
About the hunter-gatherer moms being better? Mm-hmm. They breastfed the kids until 5-6 years old.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Baby, you're gonna do that for art. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, a lot of people well, breastfeeding is like whatever, you know, like until like, I think breastfeeding is fine until like at least 1 year, you know, for me. I don't care what you guys do, but like I think that happens a lot in Mexico too.
Yeah, right? They breastfeed them for longer.
Yeah, for longer. Yeah.
Yeah, Mexico still, you know, at least in the like the village areas, like everyone, not village but pueblitos, they're a lot more social than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And ranchos too.
Ranchos as well.
Yeah.
Well, here's something that I didn't know that a lot of people are gonna be like, dude, you didn't know that? But I didn't know this about breastfeeding, that it helps in the developing of a kid's immune system.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
They can't get sick. Well, like that helps their, yeah, like if something's gonna happen, like there's a disease going around, their immune system gets stronger, like, and it helps it fight it off, you know, like for some reason, I don't know.
So it's kind of like a vaccine effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's interesting because like, what do you always hear about like when your friend has their baby or their baby goes to kindergarten or whatever the fuck, your friend comes back the next day to the office and they're fucking sick. I'm like, dude, you're sick again? Yeah, fucking kindergarten started. I'm like, oh, that sucks. You get to look forward to having your kid get sick and your kid getting you sick. And again, it's because kids are kind of in isolation.
Yeah. And they don't get around anything. Yeah.
Unless they have cousins, unless they have that live nearby, or unless they have, I don't know. To be honest, they're kind of in isolation and they're around just adults who are just like,
yeah.
Yeah. And they're
you
like,
just annoyed me.
Just churn. Think how the baby feels. But yeah, it's kind of an interesting subject and thought process. And I think we have reached the end of our journey for tonight. And I honestly don't even know how we got here. And that's the joy of the Sidetracked podcast, isn't it?
Yes. And I feel like there's so much more we have to talk about. So
I'm going to save it for the next episode.
I'm going to save it for the next, okay?
No, we're not going to sing the Dr. Dre song. I hear it all the time in downtown Temecula, California. Don't go there to party. Unless you want to hang out with really, really cool people. They're all the people with the tramp stamps and the skull tattoos and the...
Yeah. My kind of people.
God damn it. All right, guys. Thank you for listening to the Sidetrack podcast. We are on...
Podcast.
Podcast. This is a podcast about pots.
Patcast.
Patty's podcast. We have an Instagram now.
We do.
Follow us at, what is it?
Sidetrack Podcast on Instagram.
.gov. And
we don't have a website yet.
No.
Yet.
Not yet. But it will be a government website. And
and we will be you guys' taxes will be going directly to us too.
Exactly. Thank you for the donations. Make sure you listen to all our other wonderful podcasts on the Hidden Shadows production network. We have Hidden Shadows of the Secret Chamber and the Knick-Knack Show. We're trying to get those boys back to releasing bi-weekly. And make sure you guys come out and see us. We had our first show 2 days ago. I'm lying when we're recording this. It's in 2 days, and I'm having a panic attack. But I obviously lived.
Hope you guys loved it.
Yeah.
I did. I loved it.
Thanks. So supportive. And
I already loved it.
And yeah. Tell your friends about us. Give us a 5-star rating. And that's it.
Tell us what you guys think.
And the final number is...
I want to say the final word.
The final word, please.
Blah, blah, blah.